Hello out there in YouTube land. We're going to do some coppersmithing right now. I just want to give you a little thing about what Earthman does and everything. I hope people get to see it. Let me move his hammer out of the way. This right here is what he's forged. I hope you can see it and everything, but the way he's got it twist around there and everything. And this right here is actually a spatula. I'm going to try to keep the shadow to where you can see it. But this right here is another little dipper that he's made, and he's making one today, another dipper, and he's forged this handle out. He does all of his forging and everything when he makes his handles and everything. But this right here is how it starts it out. Well, he'll show you here in a minute. But he's going to put a handle in that one, and then this one right here. Alright, Earthman, let's see what we can get done here. I hope we can get it taken care of. So give a little demonstration. What's the process of starting this whole thing up?
Alright, first of all, we start out with our raw materials. This is a 5/16 rod. I like my handles real heavy, and I blacksmith them out, as he was talking to you earlier, and draw that end out and then bring it around and get that set. And then this end here, you got to work it out flat and drill your holes in it so that you can rivet it into the spatula or the dipper, whichever one you're going to do. This is my raw material, the copper right here I use, and I've got a variety of different hammers that I use. Ball peen hammers, I like this one real well. I've got a little bit smaller one here that I use sometimes, and this is one of my planishing hammers I use right here. You can see they're well polished on the end. One thing you want to make sure is your hammers are real well polished so they don't put any extra marks in that copper, because it is very malleable or soft. And then on your swedge block, you want this real smooth in here, so when you're hammering that into there, it doesn't leave any extra marks in there that you have to work out later. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cut this piece of copper here for this swedge block and start working it in there.
So as he's cutting that copper and everything, this little sledge block he's got 4 different ways that he can make dippers and spoons out of, and he ordered that online and everything. But
you can make a coal shovel on the other side of it.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things with this little piece of block and everything. It's pure metal. When I get ready to do it, well, then I'm gonna do mine in wood. We're gonna make one that's gonna be strictly in wood. He had to do some grinding on this one right here to make it nice and shiny, because it was kind of messing up his dippers when he was dipping it and everything, or making them. But outside that,
okay, we've just about got this one cut out, and it just takes simple tin snips to cut this copper. It's fairly heavy though. I mean, it takes a little bit of effort to cut it. That's what our round looks like right there. And we kind of get this centered over top of this block. Make sure that it's a little bit bigger than the hole. You can make your dippers about any size you want. And hold it in place, and you want to work from the outside toward the middle, because you're stretching this metal, and the more you hammer this metal, the more it's going to work harden. And if it gets work hardened on you, you can tell because the metal won't move anymore. And then you got to heat it up and let it cool it so that it'll be soft again, where you can keep working it. For what little we're going to be doing out here, we won't have to do that. But we'll just start hammering it out, get it centered over that hole, and you start working it around, and you're stretching this metal as you're hammering this. And this is to get this dipper where you want it. You're continually stretching this metal, and you take a circular motion, start back around the edges again, and you work it right down into that metal. Just keeps stretching, and you don't want it, if the metal quits moving on you, that's when you want to stop and heat that metal up and soften it up again, because it will tear. The metal will only move so far, and once it work hardens, it'll tear on you, and you got a ruined piece of metal. And this copper is not a cheap stuff to buy. It can get rather expensive. As you can see, I'm already getting down in that swedge block. I'll have to go in there about 2.5 inches all the way down. So there's a whole lot of hammering that goes on to get this down in there. And then you start working it around the edges and keep everything in perspective. And you just got to keep moving your metal around and working that edge down and keep going with it so it doesn't fold in on itself. And you work it all the way down. That's what the backside will look like. And you just work it until it's about that deep down in there, and keep working around the edges, and work them edges every once in a while like that, so it doesn't fold up. Just keep working it.
Now, if somebody was actually doing this, wanting to do this and everything, how would they know when they're completely at the very bottom of it to where they won't have to hammer no more?
Well, it changes sound. Right now you're hearing this sound right here. When you get down to the bottom of it, it'll sound more like that. When you're metal to metal, it's a dead sound, and you can tell that it's not moving anymore, and it changes the sound totally on that piece. And like I said, you're probably, to get this dipper hammered out, you're probably looking at around 30 to 45 minutes if you stay right on it. And don't be afraid to move some metal. Don't be, like where it's bent up right there. See where that went in? Don't be afraid to work that metal. It'll stretch and go right down in there. Don't be afraid that you're gonna hurt it. Like I said, this copper isn't a cheap thing to buy, but at the same time, you can't be afraid of taking chances with it and see how far it'll go, and to see how far you can go with it. And when I cut that piece of metal, if I'd have wanted to leave a pour spout on it when I drew that out, I would leave this piece here on there. That way I'd have the metal to make this spout with right here. And so anyway, that's how you do that. And we make quite a few of these and sell them. In fact, I can't make them quick enough. But it's a lot of fun, a lot of personal enjoyment and personal satisfaction. And it's a good looking piece. They sell well. And yeah, we just have a lot of fun doing this. And as well as doing the blacksmithing, I've got a forge over there, well, several really, that I use to heat this 5/16 rod up. And then once I get these all forged, ready to go together, I'll take and drill the holes in here and mark it, drill one, and mark the other one after I put the first rivet in and do it. And you always want to drill like a 1/16 inch pilot hole before you drill the hole for the rivet, because copper will tear. And so I always take a little precaution and take the time to drill a little pilot hole, about a 1/16, maybe an 1/8 of an inch hole first, and then go with my 3/16 for my copper rivets that I put in there. And so there's a few little tips there that can save you a whole lot of heartache and save you some money in a messed up piece as well. And we're going to make some more videos. I'm going to show some forging, how we do the handles, how we hammer them out. And like I said, you can get a lot of enjoyment out of this. And you can make these for your own personal use, for presents. You can get into it like I do and sell quite a few of them. And the market's out there for it. You can go to Walmart and buy copperware, and it's only copper plated. This is the real deal right here, and it'll last a lifetime. These are lifetime pieces right here. You'll use them and pass them on to your grandkids and your children and everything. And like I said, they'll last a lifetime. There's a lot of benefits to copper, medicinal wise.
And not only that, there's a lot of people that don't do it, so it's a dying art in the unopponent spectrum of it, because people don't want to set the time to do what you're doing right now. We got a telephone. I'm gonna get on out of here, people. Drop me a, hit that little red button down there at the bottom there and put on there like or dislike, and give me a good comment on it. Give me a comment, and hopefully we get some good reviews off of this and everything. Earthman's got a website. If y'all just want to, just buy from him and everything. What's your website there, Earthman?
That's listed under Phillip Earthman Brown, and they can go there and drop me a message, whatever they're looking for. Let me know. I can make them a specialty piece if they wanted a certain size, certain length. And like I said, it's under Phillip Earthman Brown. I'm on Facebook. Got some YouTube videos on there as well, some of our country cooking, and that's under Earthman's Country Cooking. And just drop us a line, let us know how we're doing, subscribe, and we appreciate everything you do, and hope you enjoy the video.
All right, y'all have a good one out there. Bye.